Okay, so today we are going to focus on the last of the yamas. So we have gone through 5 weeks of the yamas, which is kind of hard to believe, and we've made it to the last yama, which is a parigraha. And that typically translates to non-attachment. And it can be non-attachment to several things, non-attachment to emotions, non-attachment to any sort of outcome, non-attachment to material things. And so I'm just going to read the sutra and a short paragraph from my sutra translations that I thought was particularly helpful. So the sutra is acknowledging abundance. We recognize the blessings in everything and gain insights into the purpose for our worldly existence. Aparigraha gives us the secret to earthly life. Take a moment to feel gratitude for the great blessings that surround you, the home you live in, the service you do in the world, the availability and quantity of the food you have to eat. The riches also include your friends, your health, and the opportunity to dedicate time to know your own heart. Even when you acknowledge the bounty, is there still a lingering apprehension that part or all of it may be taken away? That the well may run dry? Just thinking that a resource is limited initiates fear, thereby lessening the joy in the present moment. So today we are going to be focusing on gratitude. We have some heart opening, a lot of hip opening. We hold a lot of our emotions in our hips. So we'll be doing a lot of hip opening. And then I also have some like shoulder and just like general full body opening in there. So hopefully we can find a little bit of joy in those things. So we're gonna start in an easy seat today. So come to an easy seat, find something that is comfortable for you. And maybe that's on a block. Actually, I'm gonna grab my blocks. Maybe it's on a rolled up blanket. We won't be here for long. And take a few moments to find gratitude in those things, in the home that you are most likely sitting in right now. Even if your day was busy, the gratitude of having the opportunity to be busy. Maybe you close your eyes, put one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill your belly, your chest, your throat. Open mouth, exhale, let go, throat, chest, belly. Another one just like that. Inhale in, belly, chest, throat. Open mouth, exhale, throat, chest, belly. It is in this shape we'll set our intention for our practice today. And if you brought one with you, person, place, idea, call that to mind now. If you're looking for a little inspiration, I offer up my intention of gratitude, finding joy in the little things, in the non-material things, the things you can't buy at the store. We'll seal our intentions, whatever they are, with one united breath. Deep inhale in. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Inhale in through your nose, option to seal your lips. Exhale, allow that energy to truly surround you and wrap you in a little bit of a hug. Option to stay here. Or unwrap your legs and then press your feet into the mat. So feet are a little bit wider than hips width distance. And then extend your arms out in front of you, palms facing one another. Then flip your thumbs down to the mat. So now the backs of your hands are facing each other. Then pull the backs of your palms right outside your rib cage. So now you sort of have like wings for arms. And then one at a time to start, place an elbow on the inside of that same leg. So right now my left elbow is on the inside of my left leg. And start to squeeze your left leg in towards the midline. You should feel a stretch through the outside of your shoulder. And if that feels good, maybe you place both elbows on the insides of your knees to find that stretch through your shoulders. Maybe you toe heel your feet a little bit wider. Maybe this is a lot of a stretch. Always the option to stay one at a time. If you started one at a time, go ahead and switch out so you move on to the next side. Deep breaths in and equally deep breaths out, breathing into the shoulders, finding additional space there. One more deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. Again, option to stay, or maybe you take your arms out and wiggle side to side. It can be a lot on the shoulders. And then let's find two 90-degree angles through your knees. So I have my left shin in front. So left knee is like right in front of my left hip. And then I have my knee flexed and my foot flexed up. And then my right leg is sort of out parallel to my hips, right? So you feel a stretch in your right inner thigh. Inhale, lift both feet up. You'll come back sort of to that bear stance. And exhale, switch over to the other side. And let's see if we can do that without our hands supporting us. Obviously, if you would like your hands behind your back, you can do that. So inhale's coming to center. Exhale is coming down, maybe feeling a little bit more mobility here in our hip joints. Inhale to center. Exhale, come down to the other side. Do that 2 more times each way. Inhale to center. Exhale down. Inhale to center. Exhale down. 1 more each way. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's stay down on this side. So in this case, I have my right shin in front. And start to fold chest over your front thigh. Continue to press your right knee down into the mat. You may find some activity through your right hip. Maybe you keep your palms off the mat, finding this space of active flexibility. Deep breath in. And if you haven't already, start to bring your palms down to the earth. Release that activation in your right outer hip. And find a little bit of just gentle stretching here through your right hip. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, switch out legs, come back to the other side. And move through that same thing that you did on the other side. So if you started with fingers down, start with fingers down, or maybe you started with that active flexibility work, pressing your left knee down and away, pressing into your joint, working to pull your chest forward, and a little bit down. Deep breath in. Exhale, fingertips down if they aren't already. Find more of a passive opening through your hip. Deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Cross your legs, move out through your hips however you need, and let's meet in tabletop. So stack hips over knees, shoulders over wrists, and breathe. Option 2, keep your toes tucked under, maybe move forward and back here, finding some length through the soles of your feet. And then maybe you move through some rounds of cat-cow, just 2 rounds of breath here to take some movements that are calling to you through your spine. Again, coming back to breath, coming back to gratitude for this time here on your mat. Deep breath in, tuck your toes under if you haven't already. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Again, not here for long, so take whatever organic movements are calling to you, pedaling out through your feet, maybe a twist through your chest. Inhale, sending hip creases up to where the ceiling and the back wall meet. Exhale, pressing into your palms, spiraling, externally rotating your shoulders, finding shoulder blades wrapping around your ribcage. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, take tiny baby steps, find ragdoll pose. Feet are at least hips width distance apart, maybe wider. Chest connects with belly through a deep bend in your knees. Option to grab for opposite elbows, or maybe you try on a shoulder rinse and notice. You feel a little bit more open from the shoulder stretch we did earlier. Allow your head and neck to hang heavy. Staying connected with your breath, finding equally long inhales and exhales. Inhale, release your fingertips down to your mat if you haven't already. And then toenail your feet out a little bit wider, maybe match with distance. Take a deep breath in, find a little bit of length through your spine. Exhale, deep squat. So sink your hips back and down. Heels in, toes out a little bit. Press your palms together. Elbows come to your inner thighs. Deep breath in as you are. Exhale, maybe you find yourself sinking hips just a little bit further down. Inhale, find that halfway lift shape. Feet are still wide. Exhale, forward fold. Again, feet are still wide. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep squat. Let's flow through that a couple of times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe you keep the bend in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep squat. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, toe heel your feet back to touch, big toes to touch, space between your heels. Inhale, halfway lift through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Let's start to move. Inhale, mountain pose. Lift your shoulders over your hips, fingertips up to the sky, and breathe. Take a moment here to ground through all 4 corners of your feet. Your big toes, pinky toes, and your heels. Pull quads up away from your kneecaps. Pull belly button into your spine. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull your palms to your low back. Interlace your fingers, find a funky grip. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Your gaze might lift all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Deep bend through your knees. Keep the stretch through your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Option to drop palms to your shins, your thighs, the floor. Or option to keep your shoulder rinse here. Exhale, crouch and curl. Fingertips come to the mat. Lift off of your heels. Drop your hips towards your Achilles. And stay here for a moment. Squeeze inner ankles, inner knees, inner thighs together. Find a deep rounding through your spine. Forehead works towards your knees. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's flow. Inhale, halfway lift, your option. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, interlace fingers at the base of your spine. Inhale, puff up through your chest, a bit of a back bend. Exhale, forward fold, maybe you keep the bind. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crouch and curl. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, we rise. Exhale, and release your fingers, find the opposite grip. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, forward fold, maybe you keep the bind. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crouch and curl. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, bind your palms. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crouch and curl. We move on. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot back. So palms are framing your right foot. Maybe you shimmy forward and back here. Start to work into your hip flexors and your hamstrings. Then inhale, low crescent. Drop to your back knee. Shoulders stack over hips. Fingertips to the sky. Take a moment to breathe here. We'll come back to this shape several times. So take a moment here to set up to be gentle on your hip flexor here. So option to keep your back toes tucked or to untuck them. If this is a lot on your knee, always the option to roll your mat or to place a rolled up blanket underneath your back knee. So work to keep shoulders over hips. Keeping your core engaged, tailbone tucked under just slightly. Deep breath in. Exhale, half split. Send your hips back, straighten-ish through your right leg. Flex your right toes towards your face. So option here to use blocks or to find a really deep bend through your right knee, right? Your hamstring is super tight. Blocks work great too. And just like we've talked about before, working to find a straight-ish spine through this exercise. So rather than keeping a super straight leg, but like rounding through your spine, find a bend through your knee and work to make connection belly to thigh instead. You should feel maybe a deeper sensation through your hamstrings. Deep breath in. Stay for your breath out. Inhale, come back to your low crescent, and this time allow yourself to sink forward a little bit. Lift your chest up to the sky, find a little bit of a back bend, working to find opening across your front side body through your core and your chest. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms on either side of your right foot. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Hold your high plank or come down to your tabletop, whatever works for you. Deep breath in, push the earth away. Exhale, child's pose. Drop your knees down. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Option here to make this as active as you would like. Pressing actively into your palms, lifting elbows to find more of a stretch through your chest. We're allowing yourself to find that passive hip opening. And back to the still and steadiness of your breath. Inhale, slowly come back up to your tabletop position. Exhale, extend your right foot back behind you. So toes are still on the mat. And let's find that calf stretch that we found in a couple of our classes. So start to extend, press your weight into your palms, extend, heel a little bit back behind your toes. And always the option here also to sway forward and back. On the way forward, feeling the stretch through the sole of your foot. On the way back, feeling the stretch in your calf. And inhale, lift your right heel up, so parallel with your hips as much as you can. Exhale, pull your knee into your nose and then work to step your right foot back in between your palms. You may need to toe heel your foot forward a little bit. Inhale, pull your chest forward. And you should feel that stretch still through your left hip flexor, but also through your right hip. At least I feel it in my right hip. Pressing actively into your back shin. Gaze lifts to the horizon. Deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Find your chest parallel with the earth. Exhale, forward fold. Please switch sides. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot back this time. Again, taking similar movements to what you did on the other side, shimmying forward and back here, working into your hips and hip flexors. And then inhale, low crescent, drop your back knee, shoulders back over hips, fingertips to the sky. And again, working here to find a really strong foundation. So maybe not moving as deep into the posture as you can, knowing that you'll have that second opportunity to feel the depth of your lunge. And you squeeze your right glute. Pull your left hip back in line with your right, feeling your core engage here. Spiraling pinkies towards one another, finding that external rotation of your arms, pulling shoulder blades down and around your ribcage. Breath in. Exhale, half split, straighten edge through your left leg. Fingertips come to the mat. Again, finding blocks underneath of either palm, or finding a bend through your left knee. If you're looking for more depth in this posture, maybe you turn or to pull pinky toe towards the long edge of your mat, keeping your foot flexed. Or maybe you walk your right palm over to the outside of your left hip. Inhale is feeling depth or feeling extension through your crown. Exhale, maybe you feel a little bit more depth, but okay if you don't. Deep breath in. Equally deep breath out. Inhale, low crescent. Allow yourself to find a little bit more depth through your hips if that's what your body is calling for. And then looking to find that small back bend. So thinking about lifting chest up towards the ceiling, more so than lowering your shoulder blades towards your back leg. Right? So using our core to lift our chest, feeling extension, feeling our fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Palms frame left foot, tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee. Press into your palms, inhale, high plank, step your left foot back to meet your right. Option for tabletop here. Exhale, child pose, knees come wide, hips come to your heels. Deep breath in. Equally deep breath out. Inhale, return to your tabletop. Exhale, extend your left foot back behind you this time. And again, finding your calf stretch or your just like general stretch here. Depending on what you did on the other side. Moving forward and back at your own breath pace. Finding what works for you in this shape. I don't know why my calves have been so sore. It feels like very good. And then finish out that round. Inhale, come back. Shoulder step over wrists. Lift your left heel up in line with your hips-ish. Exhale, knee to nose round through your spine, and then work to step your left foot forward. Again, you may need to toe heel your foot forward to find the right alignment for you. And inhale, lift your chest. So push your hips forward, come up onto your fingertips. A little bit of up dog through your chest squeeze, shoulder blades together behind your heart space. Knees comes to the horizon. So press actively into the sole of your left foot, but work to avoid ripping the mat with your left toes. Maybe you lift all 10 toes off the mat and just press actively into your left heel. Pull your left hip back in line with your right. Feel the opening through both hips here, left outer hip and right hip flexor. Deep breath in. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift off your back knee. Let's go. Inhale, halfway lift, up your right foot forward, parallel your chest with the earth. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, half splits, your depth, your practice. Inhale, low crescent. Maybe you find a back bend here. Exhale, low lunge, palms ground, back toes tuck, lift your back knee. Press into your palms. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Right there for full round of breath, deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, extend your right foot back, find your calf stretch. Inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, and step your right foot forward. Fingertips stay grounded. Inhale, shift forward, lift your chest, gaze comes to the horizon. Exhale, low lunge, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. Inhale, halfway lift, left foot meets right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot back. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, half splits. Roll forward, inhale, low crescent, maybe a little bit more depth. Exhale, low lunge, palms ground, tuck your back toes, lift your right knee. Press into your palms, inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, child's pose, we stay for a full breath. Inhale, belly, chest, throat. Exhale, throat, chest, belly. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, extend your left foot back. Inhale, lift your back heel. Exhale, knee to nose, and step your left foot forward. Inhale, shift forward, gaze lifts. Exhale, low lunge, right toes tuck, right knee lifts. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more, inhale, halfway lift, listen. Exhale, high plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, child's pose. Let's stay for 2 rounds of breath here. And if you would prefer more shoulder opening, again, always the option to press into your fingertips and lift elbows off the mat. Or maybe you come to puppy pose. Shifting forward, keeping your hips lifted over your knees and extending chest down towards the floor. Deep breath in as you are. Deep breath out. Wherever you are, find your way to a downward facing dog. And the second time we've been here in our class, maybe you notice a little bit more opening through your hamstrings, shoulders, your calves. Inhale, 3-legged dog, right heel goes high behind you. Exhale, half pigeon, pull right ankle, right knee behind your right wrist. Allow your right shin to fall naturally in front of you. Gaze back behind you. See that your back leg is pointed straight back. Option here for any support underneath of your right knee that you need, right hip. Deep breath in. Exhale, sleeping half pigeon. Allow yourself to find rest.
I've lost everything I had at least once. Some turn to diamonds while the others turn to rust. There is no one in the world that I can trust. Oh. It's just a state of mind. Oh, it's just a state of mind. Seen a lot of pretty things go by.
Find in stillness. Your mind starts to wander.
I reached out my hand
You
and
bring
grabbed to the shoulder.
your focus back to your mat, or maybe to those things that are bringing you joy, that make you feel gratitude.
It's just a state of mind. Oh, it's just a state of mind.
Deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. Inhale, press into your fingers. Well, I should say, you're welcome to stay in half pigeon for longer if you'd like. You're ready to move on. Inhale, press into your palms. Remove the block or any support you have underneath of your right hip. Roll onto your right hip, pull your left leg up and around, and we'll set up for cow face with a little bit of a shoulder stretch. So a couple of options here with your legs. I'll turn this way. Okay. So you can layer left knee on top of right. And sometimes I find that it actually works better for me if I shift forward and line up my legs and then start to come back down to a seat. Both feet will be flexed here. If this is too much on your left hip, you can place your left foot down on the mat. Also works. So take a few moments here to find whatever works for you. Shape. Then you have the option to stay. Your hips are feeling particularly open and you'd like to take it deeper, you can always fold forward. Or maybe you interlace your arms, find eagle arms, or maybe just wrap forearms to opposite shoulder blades, or find right arm over top, left arm sort of underneath, and work to grip your palms behind your back this way. Whatever arm variation feels best to you, and again, maybe you don't take any arm variations at all. Deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. If you have an arm bind of any kind, shake it out. Roll over your shins and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a few moments here, hip circle, split dog, wild thing, whatever is calling to you here in this moment. And inhale, raise your left foot high. Exhale, half pigeon, left knee behind left wrist. Allow your left ankle to fall wherever is comfortable. Again, option for support underneath of your left hip, underneath of your forehead. No judgment. If it's different on this side than the other side. Option to stay lifted or exhale, sleeping half pigeon. Again, coming back to your intention. How has it served you in this class? How could you take it with you off the mat? With the option to stay in the shape a little bit longer, especially if you don't feel even side to side. When you're ready to move on, inhale, press up into your thumbs. Remove any support you have underneath of your left hip. Roll onto your left hip, swing right leg up and around, and we'll set up for cow face on the other side. Again, our hips are always different, side to side, always. So if on the other side, you could find knee over knee, and on this side, feels better to plant your right foot into the mat, please take the option that feels better in your body. It's totally normal to have different options side to side here. And then take a moment here to work towards that variation you had on the other side. So maybe that was staying here. Maybe it was folding chest forward over your legs. Or maybe it was finding a bind eagle arms, opposite palm to shoulder blade. We're sending left arm up behind you, right arm down below. And working to grip palms behind your heart space. Deep breath in. Equally deep breath out. Now slowly come back to center, shake out your arms however you need. Exhale, unwind your legs and again shake them out. If you did take hip circles, slip dog or wild thing, please move through those shapes on the side as well. We'll all meet down on our backs in happy baby. Reach for the insides or the outsides of your ankles, calves, thighs, whatever's accessible to you. Work to pull your entire spine down to the mat and then wiggle side to side. Rolling out through your low back, maybe extending one leg and then extending the other. And then slowly pull your knees into your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins. And inhale, find cosmic ball. Squeeze every muscle in together. Squeeze your forehead into your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Last little bit of effort. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Release, legs long. Release, arms long beside you. Release control of your breath. Release the sound of my voice. Your peace. You may stay in this shape as long as your day will allow. But if the rest of your Monday is calling to you, start first by Bringing awareness to your breath. Finding joy and gratitude for that breath. And bringing awareness to your toes. Maybe you start to bring small movements there and feel gratitude for your feet, your legs, for carrying you everywhere you need to go, for bringing you to this class. Continuing the awareness, the scan of your body, bringing awareness and gratitude to your fingers and your arms. Moving up through your heart space, feeling gratitude for your lips, your nose, your eyes, for your senses of taste, smell, and sight. Deep breath in, all of that joy, all of that gratitude for all that your body accomplishes every day. Deep breath out. Maybe you start to bring movement there. Toes and fingers, finding a full body stretch overhead. Landing in fetal pose on your right side. Right bicep as a pillow, left arm as a blanket. While Shavasana represents the death of our practice on our mats, fetal pose represents the rebirth off our mats. Know that you can take this sense of peace, the grounding nature of your breath with you, even as you go out into the real world. Eyes still closed, little to no effort, press up to an easy seat. Bring your hands to heart center. We'll unclash just as we begin with one united breath. First, exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill belly, chest, throat. Take a little bit more air in at the top. Exhale slowly, throat, chest, belly. Put your hands to third eye center, the space between your eyebrows. The teacher, the student, the light in me acknowledges and is so grateful. The teacher, the student, the light in each one of you. We bow forward to honor this practice and each other. Woohoo! Thanks, guys.